When we talk about aura farming, you cannot talk about it without talking about one of the aura farming goats, Jotaro Kujo. That man was literally known for aura farming throughout part 3, so much to the point where in part 4 he was teaching Josuke his ways. Yes, today is not a serious video. Today we're talking about the aura farming goat. Because why the fuck wouldn't we? Someone has to mention how hard he was aura farming and how much he was probably thinking about those lines beforehand. See, because one of the things about Jotaro Kujo is, especially that everyone forgets, is that he was a 17-year-old child at the time part 3 went on. 17 years old. Child. So this, in his mind, was technically the coolest and most unfortunate / tragic thing to ever happen to him. And what goes through an insanely overpowered 17-year-old's mind? Of course, hard-ass one-liners. But you owe me can never be paid back with money. That's cold. Even though Jotaro Kujo probably spent 2.5 days thinking of it in the rat-infested shower, wherever they were throughout that entire journey. Because you know, in Stardust Crusaders, they were going through a lot of hardships, both in stand battles and out of them. Or when after Dio said, "So you're approaching me," Jotaro said, "Well, I can't beat your ass from back here." Well, technically he said, "Well, I can't beat the shit out of you from back here." Which, again, hard as shit. Even though Jotaro was probably scared as shit walking up to Dio. You gotta remember, because a lot of people do this too, you gotta remember, no matter how goofy Dio may have looked at one point in part 3, he was still now a 6'5" muscular vampire with the power to disappear and reappear, essentially, because they can't see time stop. Jotaro didn't know he had time stop. The point of this video is to show that Jotaro Kujo was aura farming in the face of danger or in his free time. Like, again, it's been, I literally just made a TikTok video about this too, but it's literally been proven through the words that some of the characters say. Like, I'm pretty sure Polnareff mentioned something to where it alluded that Jotaro will be acting hella goofy off camera. We just don't get to see it because, again, his whole character is a masculine, macho Clint Eastwood remake that says cool shit and beats the fuck out of you. But he thinks of that cool shit right beforehand. I mean, there's even one time in part 3, Polnareff, he's fighting somebody, him and Polnareff, and then after, while they're beating him up, he's like, "Polnareff, say something cool." I can't remember, as a matter of fact, if it was Polnareff or Abdul. Either way, he told one of them to say something cool during the stand battle. And then earlier today, I literally saw this panel where he's telling Josuke, hey, say a one-liner. Just make sure it's cool. Okay, nephew, what the hell? Like, that prompted me to make this video, because how is he passing his aura farming ways onto the next generation? That's probably why Josuke aura farmed so hard at the end of part 4 after he stole his father's father's wallet, and then he hit niggas with one of these, hand on hip with the fucking book bag in hand. Sickening. I don't know, honestly, it just you can see the influence. The Jotaro Kujo aura farming influence. I mean, shit, he genetically passed it on to Jolene. The amount Jolene aura farms throughout part 6 is low-key crazy, and no one ever talks about it, bro. When she did the middle fingers in different fucking countries shit, that was hard. I won't lie, that was hard. I cannot lie, I have to give her credit on that. But would it be possible without her father being a generational aura farmer around 20-something years ago to the date? No, it wouldn't, because Jotaro Kujo is not who he is without aura farming. You take away the aura farming, who is Jotaro Kujo? You know, and we see that in the later parts. You know, he doesn't aura farm that much. Now, part 4, it was still a fair amount of aura farming. Like, I still remember when this nigga, the phone exploded in his hand, he dropped it, fucking picks up his cup and sips his tea. Nigga just says, "Good grief." What do you mean, good grief? Your phone, that whole fucking place over there is destroyed electronically, and you're saying good grief? And that's honestly one thing I always felt like was so funny about, like, Jotaro Kujo. He's a child who really be scared of this aura farming shit. He be scared, he be frightened, you know, but we never see it because he puts on such a great front, and he be thinking of these catchphrases that makes everyone think he's like real life this strong masculine nigga, which, don't get me wrong, he's super strong, but mentally it'd be a lot going on. the way it's shown is literally when you see the small scenes where he just does regular person shit, and you're like, oh, you probably want to do that more often, don't you? Like there's even people who believe Jotaro Kujo doesn't intentionally aura farm. I'm here to tell you, yes, he fucking does. Yes, he fucking does. That nigga, he's gonna literally sit there in his mirror probably like 100 times, literally face turn, whole body in the mirror. He finna do the fucking point in the mirror. Make sure I got it right. Make sure it's on center. You know what I mean? That man, Jotaro Kujo, is like an iconic aura farmer. I bet you even the night before they even got to Dio's castle, he was probably practicing the point. Nigga was practicing his fucking stand cry out here. I'm like, it's Jotaro Kujo. I don't know. This is a pretty silly video. If y'all enjoyed the video, of course, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know, we're on the road to 5K, so anything helps. And, you know, till next time. Peace.